Good Friday to you. I'm Storm Team 9 Meteorologist Patrick Ellis here with your ENC Weather update for this January the 31st, 2014. Well, first off, we'll review the snow event that we had here across eastern North Carolina, the snow and ice event here across the east that happened on Tuesday and Wednesday. And then we'll look ahead, and a lot of people have been talking about what could happen next week with the models. I will debunk some of those theories and talk about what we're thinking right now as far as things are concerned as we head into next week. It does look like we will be on this roller coaster ride a little bit longer, and actually this will probably be a very extreme roller coaster ride as we head into the next couple of days, so we'll all detail that here in the forecast update video. So here's where we started on Sunday. We were talking about where could we see freezing rain, sleet, snow, and everything. Before we put out any numbers, I'd like to pinpoint where at least things are going to happen before we start putting numbers on the board. And people wanted to know the numbers, but of course we just didn't know at that point because there was a lot of uncertainty even going into Monday of what was going to happen. Even Tuesday, we missed the timing forecast on this before it was all said and done. We missed the timing on this. Ended up being later in the afternoon for our inland areas, and then it ended up being an all-day event down east. But this is what we were thinking originally as far as who was going to see exactly what, and all snow to the north, and that pretty much verified. We had a couple of pockets of sleet back over into Wilson, Tarboro, and Rocky Mount, but most areas north were in the all snow category. Then we had the sleet band that happened all evening, on Tuesday evening, and I don't know how many nasty grams we got from that part of the forecast, but it was talked about. We said that there would be that potential for some sleet, but we just didn't know how far inland the warm nose was able to get inland. And that was going to be very pivotal. It was going to depend on that track of low, but every time that we showed this graphic, late snow transition at the coast, it was going to be a sleet and freezing rain event down there for the most part, and then a late transition over to snow. And like I said, we knew that the cold air was going to be in place, and everything was pretty much in line of what we were thinking. It was going to be very pivotal to this track low. If it was a couple of miles to the east, we would have been completely out of this thing. Some people would have been completely out of this, but everybody would have seen snow probably. If this was a little further to the west than where it was, then more people would have seen snow, more people would have seen sleet, and more people would have seen freezing rain. It was a very, very hard forecast, but we also had drier air sneaking in there as well that actually cut down on some of this through the morning time hours. We had a lot of precipitation looking at the radar presentation, but there was not a lot getting down to the ground, and it took a long time for the atmosphere to actually moisten up so we could get stuff to come down to the ground. It took until the afternoon hours. I showed this on Sunday night, the circle of uncertainty, and that circle was a wide area, and if it would have tracked a couple miles east or west, that would have made the difference. And what ended up happening was that we had this warm nose working into the mid layers of the atmosphere about 4,000 or 5,000 feet above our heads, and it melted the snowflakes enough to where they became liquid again. And as they came down through another frozen layer, they all became sleet pellets or freezing rain if it was a more pronounced warm layer, and that's what ended up happening down east. This was our last-ditch effort as far as a forecast was concerned for us here across the east. This was issued at 5 p.m. on Tuesday. And at that point, we knew that down east was going to see a lot of ice, and it ended up being almost an inch of sleet in portions of Jacksonville and Onslow County. But we kept this general mantra of 4 to 8 inches with a couple of isolated pockets that were going to be higher, basically stretching from Kenansville all the way up towards the north and east. And that verified. That verified wonderfully. Up to the north, 3 to 6 inches, that verified. 1 to 3 inches back off to the west, that verified. So in general, I think our forecast was very, very good, and we were able to capture the little nuances that could have been missed in our forecast. Could this have been a much larger snowstorm? Yes, it could have been. It could have been a lot larger snowstorm. We could have had 12-inch amounts across portions of eastern North Carolina, but it all depended on the track of the low. And once we saw it tracking a little further west than what the models were starting to pick up on, we knew that this was going to be more of a sleet event starting off and then starting off and going over to snow. All right, this is a look at the 4 kilometer NAM model, looking at the potential for rain showers. We're not looking at exactly where a thunderstorm or shower is going to be, just kind of giving a general idea of where we're looking at. This is Saturday morning at 8 a.m. Seeing some moisture trying to stream up into the region, and I wouldn't be surprised if we had some showers tomorrow, though most of the models not really picking up on a whole lot. Even our precision forecast model is very reserved when it comes to this, but I do believe that there will be a chance for a couple of light showers through the day tomorrow, mainly during the latter half of the day and into the evening hours, especially into the evening hours as we head into Sunday. I think there will be a better chance for rain as we head into your day on Sunday, even though this model really doesn't pick up on it all that well. So here's a look at the GFS model. This is valid at 1 p.m. on Saturday. And once again, I don't think that we're going to see a whole lot of rain tomorrow. There will be a chance for a couple of light showers trying to pass through the area. Otherwise, just a mixture of sun in the morning with clouds into the afternoon hours, with temperatures rebounding back into the mid-50s, maybe some upper 50s on the board tomorrow. Then we go into Sunday. And I think there will be a little better chance for some showers. I think mainly as we head into the afternoon hours. Now, this is looking at this model. It's dry for the most part, but the European is showing some moisture associated with this. But oddly enough, temperatures will be able to rebound into the mid, possibly even upper 60s. As we head towards Sunday. Crazy to even think that, considering the fact that we had 4, 5, 6 inches of snow on the ground back on Tuesday. Here we go on Monday afternoon, and you see this little system is going to work through the area, a little shortwave moving through up to the north. It's trying to put in some freezing rain, and I wouldn't be surprised if that actually happened. This is a look at the sounding from Roanoke Rapids, a forecast sounding off of the GFS from Roanoke Rapids. And you see what's going on here. A little dry air at the in the mid-levels of the atmosphere, about 700 to 650 millibars. And then you have a very moist layer, all above freezing, but down at the surface, that is below freezing, or right at freezing. So we could have some freezing drizzle up, along the border belt as we head into Tuesday and Monday night into Tuesday. So I'm not 100% sure on that. We'll keep an eye out on it. Not going to put it into the boards just yet. I think it's just going to be a plain rain for most of eastern North Carolina. Now here's Tuesday afternoon, and very pronounced wedge setup here across the east as we head towards Tuesday. Oddly enough, as we go through Monday, temperatures will likely fall through the day down into the 30s by the time we head towards the afternoon hours, starting off in the 40s though. And then on Tuesday, we rebound during the latter half of the day towards 50. It's going to take all day for us to get to 50 though. Clouds, some showers in the forecast as well as we head through your day on Tuesday. And then when we get to Tuesday night, the wedge starts to break up a little bit. You see off towards the north and west of us an area of low pressure developing. This would be Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. And some pockets of freezing rain back over into the foothills and the mountains. Not a big issue for us, but a very strong area of low pressure, deepening area of low pressure approaching the Ohio River. We'll fast forward this into Wednesday. And it looks like a cold front will be passing through the region on Wednesday. But beforehand, we're talking about temperatures likely into the mid-60s, if not higher. Some of the guidance has us into the low 70s that day. Not exactly sure if we're going to get to the low 70s with clouds and showers in the forecast, but at least the 60s looks to be a good bet at this point. And I think at this point, a lot of people were talking about where's the potential for snow, because next Thursday or so, or Friday, out, 100, we're talking out 10 days. The other day, some people were talking about, hey, there's going to be a huge snowstorm heading our way. That doesn't look likely. It just doesn't look like it's going to happen. Thursday, I think we're going mostly to partly sunny skies, temperatures into the mid-40s. We'll keep it a slim chance for a shower. Looks like the Europeans still trying to crank out maybe a couple of light showers during the latter half of the day for our southern counties. So we'll keep it slim chance for a shower. Same thing on Friday. We'll likely go with a mix of sun and clouds that day, and temperatures once again back into the mid-40s. That's going to do for me here on the ENC Weather Update. Stay up to date with us, Facebook, Twitter, WNCT.com. Next update here will be by tomorrow evening. Chief Meteorologist David Sawyer will be in tonight on the evening newscast, 5:30, 6 o'clock, 10 o'clock on CW, and 11 o'clock right back on WNCT. WNCT. And I'm actually going to be live tonight doing a little feature outside talking about the slippery conditions that we're dealing with here across eastern North Carolina. So we'll see you on the television side, we'll see you online, and we'll see you with our new weather app, our Storm Team 9 app. Just go into the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store, WNCT Storm Team 9, and download that for free. Have a great rest of your evening, a great rest of your day, a great evening tonight, a great day tomorrow, and a great weather week ahead.